Now, what do we need to consider when the purchasing department makes the insourcing or outsourcing decision? We also call this the make or buy decision. So if the product is critical for the company's success, then we should control this product or service as much as possible. Though therefore we prefer to do it in-house. Because if we give it to a supplier and something goes wrong with the supplier, the quality suddenly goes down, the price goes up, whatever, then our company has a big problem because this product or service was critical for the company's success. So a critical product, success critical product should be done in-house. Another question to consider is the product or service, does it require one of the core competencies of our company? Core competency means this is an area where we are very, very good. So in this case, we should do it ourselves, because it will be hard to find another supplier who can do it as good as we can do it, because this is one of our core competencies. Is this product so success critical for our success, that we need to do it in order to survive? Is the future of the company depending on this product? Then in this case, it is not recommended to outsource the product. Again, we should do it in-house. But there are other criteria that we should also consider when we make this make or buy decision. Though, is the in-house product identical to the outsourced one? Maybe a supplier can offer the same product at a higher quality, but maybe also on a lower quality. Though we need to precisely analyze the situation. Will be the quality higher or lower? The next point is the outsourced product functionally comparable, or are there differences in the quality or functionality? Maybe the name of the product is the same or similar, but still the functionality, the ease of use can change very much. Look at the smartphones. Basically, all the modern smartphones today are very similar, but when you look at the details in how you use them, how the camera works, what software is provided, there are many differences between the smartphones, which can impact the customer satisfaction quite significantly. Another point is, do we have enough capital available to finance the upfront costs, the cost of starting the manufacturing process ourselves? Maybe the product is really critical for our success. Maybe we are very good, we have a very smart idea on how to improve the product, but we are not able to finance the upfront costs for buying all the required machinery. In that case, you might be forced to do it outsourced. And of course, we need to see, is outsourcing cheaper than insourcing? And only when we consider all these points together, we can come up with a reasonable decision. Now, let's have a look at only the financial aspects of the make or buy decision. So now we are only interested in what is cheaper, making the product in-house or outsourcing it. And we follow a basic model where we just compare the total cost of buying the product from a supplier with the total cost of manufacturing the product in-house. And as you will see, this is in the end very similar to making a break-even analysis. So the concept of the break-even analysis also applies to this financial make or buy decision. Let's look at the total cost of buying the entire quantity of the product from a supplier. So we have the total cost of buying equals the fixed cost of buying the product from a supplier plus the unit cost for one item when we buy it times the quantity that we need. These are our total cost. for buying. Yeah? And I always write in subscript buy to identify that the total cost, the fixed cost, and the unit cost are related to buying. And the quantity does not come with a subscript because this is just the quantity of the product that we need. Now, on the other hand, in contrast, we have the total cost of producing the entire quantity in-house. So the total cost of making the quantity in-house equals the fixed cost, the upfront cost to buy the machines, for example, plus the unit cost for making one item times the quantity. You see, Q is the same without a subscript, and the cost-relevant parameters have the make subscript. Now, although be aware that we are only looking in either buying 100% of the required quantity from a supplier or producing 100% of the quantity in-house. We are not looking at any mixed decisions. So, how can we do the make or buy decision in financial matters? That the total cost for buying the product equal to the total cost of making the product in-house. So this is our basic approach. Then we substitute the total cost for buying and making by the terms of the fixed cost for buying plus the variable cost for buying equals the fixed cost for producing in-house times the variable cost for producing in-house. I wrote Q star, and the star indicating the inflection point, the quantity where the two costs are actually equal. The Q star is the quantity where the total cost for buying and making are the same. Now we can solve this equation for Q star, and we get the indifference point. This is the quantity of the item where buying results in the same total cost as producing in-house. When we know this quantity, when we know the indifference point, Q star, then we can make our decision and we choose the alternative with the lower unit costs and the higher fixed cost, and vice versa. So if we need more, if the quantity we expect to sell is higher than Q star, then we choose the alternative that has the lower unit cost. If we need more than Q star, then we choose the alternative that has the lower unit cost. If we need less than Q star, then we choose the alternative that has a higher unit cost. And Q star is the indifference point where buying and producing in-house results in the same costs. Of course, all this considers only financial aspects. There might be other aspects to consider in the real world, but this discussion only focuses on the financial consequences. So let's have a look at an example.